Good morning, everybody. March 3rd conference tournaments are in full swing for a lot of the smaller conferences, but still a very big college basketball Thursday card. A lot of great games to go, and we'll get to the releases in just a second. Couple reminders before we get rolling. Last episode, a lot of new subscribers joined on, and there was a little bit of confusion that was on my part for how you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. So just a reminder to anybody who's enjoying the content, sticking along with us, hitting the subscribe button below. YouTube has a bell that you have to hit and toggle, and you change it to all because it'll default to personalized notifications. So I take full responsibility for that. I should have been more should have given a better explanation in how to subscribe, how to turn on the notifications. But we appreciate everybody who's enjoying the content, supporting the channel, hitting subscribe. So if you are one of those people that has yet to subscribe, or you did last show, there is that bell below, and you can toggle it to on, and you'll be notified for everything that we're doing here on the channel, including releases with the guys at Right Angle Sports all the way through the first week of March Madness. Another reminder that the guys have their newest phase of service running, and that is now prorated down price-wise because it did start on March 1st. So if you want to check that out, go over to RAS Picks on Twitter. Ed has all the links there, and you can follow it through. Highly recommend getting on board with those as it gets into conference tournament week. Ed was on VSiN with Gil Alexander, and he was breaking down how this time of the year is a little bit unique and a little bit of a different reset from how the regular season finished. So a lot of advantages there that you know that the guys in the team are going to be able to spot and take advantage of as we get into the March Madness tournament in just a couple of weeks. For those of you who are making your first time view here on the show, just a quick sort of rundown of what we're doing here, because the show is very different. This is not an analysis show where we're going back and forth and talking about picks. This is your chance to bet with a group of professional bettors. And this is a show that it sort of breaks down how these lines are moving, and it shows you in real time when these guys make a bet how the lines are impacted across the board. And so in order to get the bet from them that we are going to release here in just a couple of minutes, you have to take part in what we would call a release procedure. So it's very simple. I'm going to say, set up a game or a bet. And that's your cue to open your sportsbook app, and you want to scroll through and find the bet that is being set up. And you put that bet onto your bet slip. And we're going to give everybody about 30 seconds to find that same bet, add it to their bet slip, and then you're going to hear one of two things. You're either going to hear go or you're going to hear cancel. If you hear cancel, that means that we are not betting the game, and you want to take it off of your bet slip. If you hear go, that means that you want to bet it immediately, because everyone else is going to be betting it, including the guys at Right Angle Sports. And as soon as they click go and bet, this line is going to take off. We've seen over the 21 bets that have been given out on this show, each and every one of them has moved the line side or total 2 to 4 points. So this number is going to move regardless. So the reason we want to follow this release procedure is to keep everybody honest and to give everybody the best chance of getting the bet. So remember, you're going to hear setup. That's your cue to find the bet, put it in your bet slip. Going to go 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're going to hear go or cancel. If it's a go, bet it right away because this number is going to move. If it's a cancel, take it off because we're no longer betting that game. So we're going to get going. First setup of the day, game number 791, Cal Riverside, Cal State Fullerton, over 134.5, 10 p.m. Eastern time. This is near the bottom of the college basketball games list today in your sportsbook. 791 Cal Riverside, Cal State Fullerton, over 134.5. So remember, this is a setup. We'll give everybody another 10 seconds to scroll through their sportsbook app, find this total, add it to your bet slip, so everyone has a chance to move at the same time. A couple more seconds here for 791 Cal Riverside, Cal State Fullerton, over 134.5. This is a cancel. Starting off with the cancel. We're not betting Cal Riverside, Cal State Fullerton, over 134.5. This is a cancel. Great to see the chat booming. Was popular before the show, back and forth. popular now. I'm curious as we go what you're seeing at different books, how these numbers are moving. Feel free to jump in the chat and let us know what you're seeing at different books. Continuing on with the setup. Game number 797, Oregon State, Washington State, over 139.5. This game is at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. 797, Oregon State, Washington State, over 139.5. Scroll down to the bottom of the sports book in your college basketball games list. Find over 139 and add it to your bet slippers. Setting up Oregon State, Washington State, over 139.5. We'll give everybody another 10 seconds to find this total. 797, Oregon State, Washington State, over 139.5 is a cancel. Not betting Oregon State, Washington State, over 139.5. This is a cancel. And it looks like there were a couple books, Bet Rivers among others, that were pulling these immediately as it went to set up. So whether or not that's other books reacting or there's potentially people here within the show, we know there's people from both sides looking at this. So always interested to see which books are moving and which books are taking them off even during the setups. Continuing on with the setups, game number 826, San Diego -4, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Way at the bottom of the games list for college basketball today. Game number 826, San Diego -4, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll give everybody about 15 seconds to find this game. Put it into your bet slip. 826, San Diego -4. This one's way at the bottom, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 826, San Diego -4 at 11:30 p.m. Eastern is a go. This is a bet. We're betting San Diego -4, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is way at the bottom of your card. So if you haven't found it yet, you're probably looking at a price that's going to already have moved. The bet was 826, San Diego -4. Very curious to know how people were looking at this game. Were you able to get that price? If you did get the price, where were you betting it? Curious to see what that number is already moving for. Evan Tracy got the 4. Saw there was a 3.5 for David at William Hill. 3.5 for Aaron O'Rourke, who was able to get better than the number. 3.5 at FanDuel, which means a lot of people watching this video were able to get better than the release price of -4. No other issues at -4. We're already seeing offshore books up to -140. PointsBet 4 -15. Some Canadian books too. Fellow Canadians watching the show were able to get 4. Looking at the chat, so no issues, it appears, for everyone. In a lot of cases, people were able to get better than the 4. And we're already seeing movement here. The guys over at WinBet already up to -5 on San Diego, a number that's probably going to continue to move up. I imagine we see this get to 5.5 or 6 at a number of books. FanDuel is already up to 5.5, so they're moving up a little bit higher. I think that's probably where we see this one ultimately get to. So again, it's another bet, and this is just illustrating what happens when a group of professionals ends up betting a game. And you can see which books are willing to take that and move off of it, how long they're willing to take and move. And then you're seeing which books with the setups are going up and down off the board. Some of the other books now already up to -5. So this is just a unique example of a show you're not going to find much or, well, anywhere else, of just when professionals are betting, how they're impacting the numbers, and why these prices are moving. Appreciate everybody for taking the time this morning. There's just the one bet on San Diego -4. If you've enjoyed the video, would love if you hit subscribe, support the show. And hey, if you don't want to subscribe and you're following, you don't want the notifications, send this link to a chat when you're in with betting with friends, a group chat, whatever it might be. Say, hey, look, this is different. This is pretty cool. You might want to check this out. We appreciate that too, all the new viewers. And of course, be sure to check out the guys at Right Angle Sports over on Twitter, RAS Picks, for all the details of that latest phase of their service that runs through conference tournaments and into March Madness in just a couple of weeks. Thanks, everybody, for joining this morning. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll talk to you Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time.